America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? Whatever you are, be a good one. My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read. My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me, and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. I can see how it might be possible for a man to look down upon the earth and be an atheist, but I cannot conceive how a man could look up into the heavens and say, "There is no God." There are no bad pictures. That's just how your face looks sometimes. Those who look for the bad in people will surely find it. You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. I'm not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live up to what light I have. I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. Character is like a tree, and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is, and the tree is the real thing. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. The best way to predict your future is to create it. I laugh because I must not cry, that is all, that is all. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. All I have learned, I learned from books. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. I care not for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. I am in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. That is the way of a whole human being. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. The Lord prefers common-looking people. That is why he made so many of them. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts and beer. As a nation, we began by declaring that all men are created equal. We now practically read it, all men are created equal, except Negroes. When the know-nothings get control, it will read all men are created equal, except Negroes and foreigners and Catholics. When it comes to this, I should prefer emigrating to some country where they make no pretense of loving liberty. To Russia, for instance, where despotism can be taken pure and without the base alloy of hypocrisy. It is difficult to make a man miserable while he feels worthy of himself and claims kindred to the great God who made him. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure, permanently half slave and half free. I do not expect the Union to be dissolved. I do not expect the house to fall, but I do expect it will cease to be divided. It will become all one thing or all the other. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. Achievement has no color. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. If there is anything that links the human to the divine, it is the courage to stand by a principle when everybody else rejects it. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. You can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. You can be anything you want to be, do anything you set out to accomplish if you hold to that desire with the singleness of purpose. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. Hypocrite, the man who murdered his parents and then pleaded for mercy on the grounds that he was an orphan. Don't criticize them. They are just what we would be under similar circumstances. Honor to the soldier and sailor everywhere who bravely bears his country's cause. Honor also to the citizen who cares for his brother in the field and serves, as he best can, the same cause. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us to see the right, let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle and for his widow and his orphan, to do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations. Die when I may, I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. You cannot build character and courage by taking away people's initiative and independence. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under a just God cannot retain it. Determine that the thing can and shall be done, and then find the way. Our safety, our liberty, depends upon preserving the Constitution of the United States as our fathers made it inviolate. The people of the United States are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Republicans are for both the man and the dollar, but in case of conflict, the man before the dollar. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us to the end dare to do our duty as we understand it. In times like the present, men should utter nothing for which they would not willingly be responsible through time and eternity. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. Force is all-conquering, but its victories are short-lived. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. You cannot have the right to do what is wrong. The writing, the art of communicating thoughts to the mind through the eye, is the great invention of the world, enabling us to converse with the dead, the absent, and the unborn at all distances of time and space. That some should be rich shows that others may become rich, and hence is just encouragement to industry and enterprise. Let not him who is houseless pull down the house of another, but let him labor diligently and build one for himself, thus by example assuring that his own shall be safe from violence built. Don't worry when you're not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. I don't like to hear cut and dried sermons. No. When I hear a man preach, I like to see him act as if he were fighting bees. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. If any man tells you he loves America yet hates labor, he is a liar. If any man tells you he trusts America yet fears labor, he is a fool. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. 'Tis better people think you are a fool than to open your mouth and erase all doubt. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. If I am killed, I can die but once, but to live in constant dread of it is to die over and over again. To sin by silence when they should protest makes cowards of men. Although volume upon volume is written to prove slavery a very good thing, we never hear of the man who wishes to take the good of it by being a slave himself. Investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Everybody likes compliments. If you want to test a man's character, give him power. The way for a young man to rise is to improve himself every way he can, never suspecting that anybody wishes to hinder him. And in the end, it's not the years in your life that counts, it is the life in your years. Which of these Abraham Lincoln's quotes resonates with you the most? What do you admire most about his legacy? Tell us in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you'd stick around for more.